Hello, this is Ty Barker with TAC Survival. Today I kind of wanted to reach out to everybody and try to explain the instructor program that was redone about a year ago. It's been pretty successful, so I feel like it's going to be the standard at the Pathfinder School. We come up with a program by going through all the instructors. All the instructors put forth the kind of likes, the dislikes that they had, and what we could improve on, what we could keep the same, what was rolling smoothly. And so we sat down, put it all together, went through a couple different variations of the program, and went back and forth until we all agreed on a final product. That final product was put out about a year ago, and if you've been through the Pathfinder program, if you was in the instructor program, everything carries over, so there's no little skip in the program. There's nothing changing. It was pretty much everything that was going on. It's just that now that there's records kept, that'll be kept in the shed down there at the bottom of the classroom. But also, I have another black hat instructor, Mike Johns, that also helps me run the program. He does all the back behind the scenes stuff, and probably one of the biggest assets to the program, because he makes all this stuff look pretty when I send him all of my handwritten notes because of my old school way of life. As you can see here, this is just from the last couple classes. We've added another 10 or 12 different instructor candidates to the program, and we obviously have a folder that we keep. We go through it with each student as they come through the program. We explain to them what the program is all about. It covers a little bit of the rules while you're in the program and what we expect. Goes through what we require. By now, everything's out, so it's not like it's a big hidden agenda. There's some class requirements. It goes through that we require each student to cover the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced survival portion of the program. You do have to maintain a 90% average through the program in them 3 classes, including WFA. Then there's 3 electives that come into play. I get asked over and over and over what electives I'd take. Well, that depends on the candidate. The candidate comes down to, if you struggle in fire, we have a fire making, fire skills class. If navigation's your weakness, we have 2 different navigation programs. One of them is leading up to the intermediate class, and the more advanced one leads up to the advanced class to get you prepared for them classes. Bushcraft is the one where all the projects are made, and a lot of the classes, them projects are used in the classes to get you through the weekend, to supplement some of the main gear that you started off with in the basic class. Above and beyond that, what we watch for is how each instructor candidate does when he's placed with a partner. It might be a partner that isn't as advanced in the skills as you are. It could be somebody that's a little slower. It could be someone that's a little bit faster. So we're watching the whole mentality of the students, because what we want to produce in the program is some high quality instructor candidates, so that when people see this program, they see who comes out of it, that they can see that it's a program worth going through, taking the time and the money to invest in this program, to know at the end of the day that we're going to produce an instructor that, whether you're doing it for to be a missionary overseas, which is one of our candidates started off through the program like that, whether it's to start your own school, or whether you're taking that gamble and chance to teach at the Pathfinder School. Based on what I've seen so far, and my understanding is that under this new program and one of the recent times in the program, basically everybody hired under Dave Canterbury at the school has came out of the program, been picked by the program. And how does that work? Well, I'll explain that to you. We watch as people come through the program, and if we see somebody that really fits into our way of life, the way we do things, the brotherhood, the way we all get along, we like and expect someone to kind of be like mindset like us, have the same mindset as us. And what that means is, a lot of times we'll pick out, it's very selective, one candidate that just stands out above the rest, fits in with the group, and he can receive, or she can receive, a tan hat. From that, it goes up to a next step where you work through the program, and then you go into shifting a little bit from the instructor program to the tan hat program, which has also been rewritten. There's a standard across the board for every candidate. So there won't be any buddy. There won't be any, I did this or I did that or I graded differently, because every class is graded by a deliverable sheet with the same deliverables across the top. And everybody, as we sit down each class, every instructor, we all sit down as a group and we sit there and figure out exactly how we're going to score. So there is no scoring differentials. There's nothing that is any different, whether you're male, female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're old, not young, it doesn't matter. You're all graded the same. And that was the whole intention of the program, was that I wanted to see fair and consistency across the board for everybody. I wanted the same information to be given out to each person, because when I came through, I didn't know everybody. I didn't know the instructors at the school. And I kind of went through the hard way. I kind of took basic, intermediate, advanced all in a row without navigation, without bushcraft, and it made it a little more challenging for myself. So when I took over the program and started to run the instructor program, what I wanted to see is for no one to be able to say there was any inconsistencies, this guy got advantage or this guy comes more. We give everybody the same exact opportunities to be a helper once you're so far through the program. For OJT, you start that at a certain point, and that way it's fair and consistent, and everybody across the board gets the exact same treatment. With that being said, once you advance through the tan hat program, once again, if you're a standout tan hat, you can be put on by Dave Canterbury at the school as a black hat instructor. And you'll see a lot of this, you'll see various hats out there with patches on them. But who has earned the patch, and who's earned the hat. They're the only ones that's going to have an instructor patch, so that you know the difference. What I would ask everybody is, if it's something you're interested in, if it sounds like something that you've always wanted to try, if you like to be pushed a little bit, be prepared for a couple different things. We do push the instructor candidates a little bit harder, but they're going to be in a position where they're teaching other people. And I think they got to kind of have the right mindset to be able to instruct others and do it in a way that it passes on the Pathfinder program and the Pathfinder way of life. If you have any questions, I always tell you to go to my Facebook page. I got Instagram. I got a small YouTube channel that I just started now. But my phone number is 304-237-2173. Eastern Standard Time, I deal with about everybody in the daylight hours. I sit down. Normally, if you text me, I'll put a time out there to where we can sit down, and I block out 30 minutes to an hour to just sit down with each new candidate, explain the system, see if it's right for them, and then we go from there. So far, if everybody shows up, every text message, every agreement, and everybody that has signed a book, we are sitting right now at about 73 candidates. Pretty happy about that, because that shows me a lot of people's wanting to get outdoors. A lot of people's wanting to take this lifestyle and pass it on to the younger generation. I couldn't ask for anything else. Most of the other instructors, pretty consistent about filling out the sheets on Sunday after someone's taken the class, and also answering the questions. Most of them has sat through the lecture of signing somebody up enough to where they know the program pretty thoroughly. But you can reach out to each and every one of them if that is something you're more comfortable with them. Or like I said, you're more than welcome to reach out to me anytime. I thank you for supporting TAC Survival. I thank you for supporting the Pathfinder School. I'm definitely interested in what 2026 brings, because like I said, my goal originally was to have 30 instructor candidates. We hit 40, we hit 50, then we hit 70. So why not? Let's just shoot for 100 for 2026 and see where we stand. I hope to see everybody in 2026 at a Pathfinder School or event.